welcome back to the Team Gullit YouTube channel. My name is Renzo and today we're back with a brand new video for you guys. And this one is all about how to counter the team press or press off the possession loss or pressure on heavy touch. Basically, how to play out of pressure against your opponent in, for example, the weekend league, because a weekend league, it's just one game where everything is at stake, and if somebody is trailing you by like a goal or 2 goals, they are likely to play pressure, but that's when you need to adjust. So we've got some tips and tricks for you guys for that. Anyways, like always, just sit back, relax, and enjoy. Starting off, the first formation, 4-5-1 long ball formation. This one, it is going to be used with like 40 to 40 width and depth. Why is this? Because when you're playing out of pressure, like I said in the intro, you are likely leading because somebody's applying pressure to you in the dying seconds of the game, or like at least, let's say, the 70th minute. We just want to keep our defense as tight as possible. We want to have a lot of players behind the ball, and it's not necessary for us to go forward. We want to keep our defense tight, so that's why the width and depth is low. Long ball and possession, players in box on 1, corners on 1, free kicks on 1. We don't want a lot of players moving forward. That is why. Instructions: stay back while attacking overlap. And why is overlap on? And that is because it's going to help us get out of this pressure when people are putting pressure on the wing. Because with this long ball and possession, like you can see, just follow the instructions, stay wide, getting behind on your right and left mid, for example. We are going to be using the wing a lot, and we're going to need the fullbacks to help us out in those situations as well, because the long balls are likely to be played to the wing. So using this long ball, how does that work? Well, usually the best areas to start using the long ball is actually around your own box. With the goalkeeper, when somebody is applying pressure, it usually opens up space somewhere on your midfield or down the wing. As you can see in these examples, playing these longer or like at least these high passes, so trying to get into the aerial duel. If you have like Theo Hernandez at left back, he's pretty strong, pretty physical. Or in the midfield when you have tall midfielders. Usually there's somebody in support that can help out on getting, on being headed to, actually. Like here, we are in possession with the goalkeeper. And because somebody's applying pressure against us, the striker is actually going to try and reach the goalkeeper, which is always going to mean that everybody of the opposition is going to have to press forward. One man, one man, one man. So there's going to be an open player in the midfield, or like in this case, our right back. And like I said, because we're always using the wing, it always opens up this simple pass of like from the winger to the center, back to the winger, because they're constantly applying pressure and constantly running at one of our players. What's very important as well, you want to keep the ball moving as much as possible. So keep trying to make these passes, but just start at the back with your goalkeeper. That's the ideal way of playing out of pressure. There's also a more direct option, and this one I'd recommend if you are playing against somebody that's using, for example, the narrow formation, the 4-3-1-2 or the 4-3-2-1, which we covered on our channel as well, with like press off the possession loss. Direct passing is really a good counter against people who play these type of pressure tactics throughout the game. So not actually to play, I wouldn't advise you to use this formation if you're shutting up shop in the dying seconds of the game, like we do it with a 4-5-1. But just use this if you're struggling against somebody who's having, for example, press off possession loss on his tactic. But like you can see here, also long ball. And long ball, it's just we have that custom tactic because it allows more runs in behind for these through balls. And also direct passing, well, it pretty much says it opens up for more tiki-taka football. And against pressure, you want to keep the ball moving. Like I said, you want to keep the ball and the movement of the players fluid. Width on 70, maybe even to 80, maybe even to 75, doesn't matter, but keep a high width. That is very important. players in box on 4, corners and free kicks on 1. And the fact is that these instructions are not going to change a lot from a regular 4-2-2, for example. Because this 4-2-2, like I said, we want you guys to be able to play this 4-2-2 throughout the game. So it's not going to be that everybody is just going to be sat back, for example. Stay back while attacking, cover passing lanes on the CDMs. Come back on defense, get into the box for cross on your outside cams. That's the most important because, like I said, you want to keep them moving. You want to have your cams and your wingers in movement. Stay central and get in behind on your strikers. And stay back and overlap on the fullbacks. So, how does this 4-2-2 work different than a regular 4-2-2, for example? Well, like I said, because when you're under pressure, you usually want to use the wings, but they also need to create space for you. And with this formation, when you're under pressure in your own half, as you can see here, there's actually always space down the middle. But we can use these midfielders to turn around to like the left or right side and have support from our wingers. So this one is the other way around. 4-5-1 is passing from the wing to the inside, and this one is passing from the inside to the winger. Does it make sense? I guess it kind of does. But usually in the 4-2-2, there's space opening up at your striker. Now don't get me wrong, these strikers, you don't want to reach them a lot through the air because the headers are inconsistent. So you want to use this driven pass. But like you can see here in this example, CDM is in space. But then if we were to reach the CDM, there's going to be space at the right back. And that's why this formation is very strong if you like to play more through the middle and have a bit of more direct gameplay. So if you still need to score, because in this case, for example, the orange team is down 1-0, you're still wanting to score. And that's what happens. So I hope you guys try these out. Maybe you use them both. Like I said, 4-5-1 if you're shutting up shop, 4-2-2 if the score line is still equal or you're down yourself but somebody's applying pressure. Anyways, see you guys in the next video. My name is Renzo. Ciao, ciao.